Objects Unknown. The show is about to begin. At Objects Unknown. Today's vid shortcast. Anomalous objects are being picked up in telescopic space studies. All gather together at Objects Unknown. Would you please welcome your host, Terry McMahon.
Okay, let's start the vidcast.
Unknown.
Hey everybody, I'm Terry McMahon, your host and the founder of Objects Unknown, and I am so glad you're here. Tonight is just going to be a great show, and we've got a lot to cover, 3 or 4 things that are pretty mind-blowing, and we're going to get right to it, but we're glad you're here. If you've never seen one of our videos or come to our channel, we're a little different. We're the Citizen Archive Research Project of Objects Unknown, as it says, space anomaly and unknown objects research. We like to say without the conspiracy theories and nonsense, but caveat, however, tonight I am going to engage in a little bit of conspiracy theorizing on one particular find, should we say. But other than that, we just don't do it a lot, you know what I mean. Other than that, we research all the mission image archives, about 90% of what we do, from Ranger in the 50s and 60s, Gemini in the 60s, Apollo, the 60s, 70s, Shuttle, ISS, Mars rovers, SOHO, and beyond. Because we believe where the real rock and roll is, where the real evidence is in these image archives from space agencies around the world, because it really is, and it's rather mind-blowing. But let's get into it. We've got 3 or 4 anomalies, I guess we're going to say, although that will develop a little bit. A possible glitch in the matrix, in quotes, and a couple of deep space anomalous craft. Or let's just say it, alien craft. But anyway, we're going to get into those tonight, and pretty excited about that. Tonight, we're reviewing, we also do research, I should have said this, from telescopic space studies around the world. Ones like the Sloan Digital Sky Survey, these long exposure telescopic surveys that are, accurate mapping of our near universe, largely in our own galaxy. These kinds of studies have long exposure times, that they open up the aperture and they're letting all the photons come in. We made a little theory that if there are alien craft out there in our solar system, right, bouncing light off their craft from our sun so we could see it, that they might be caught in these long exposure telescopic studies. And boy, we have caught a lot more than that. I don't think anybody else does this kind of thing, research, so we may be unique to that. But anyway, glad you're here. Let's jump into it. Hey, the first thing I want to show you is going to be from the Sloan Digital Sky Survey, which was a magnificent telescopic long exposure survey looking at our not solar system, but our galaxy, the billions and billions of stars, and they did a pretty accurate visual mapping. It's in color, and they pasted it on a mapping application that you can go see at worldwidetelescope.org. They've got all the images and data at worldwidetelescope.org, a wonderful research tool. Anybody can use it. It's great. But it's also mapped in a 3D virtual environment if you want, and it's just incredible and very, very accurate. And we'll get to that in a second. Is it accurate? But one of the things, when we're looking at deep space images, millions of light years away, tens of thousands of light years away, 50,000 light years away, have you ever, this is going to be the first one out of the 3 or 4 or 5 we're going to do tonight. Have you ever heard of a Dyson sphere? I'm sure you have, right? Dyson sphere. It's a hypothetical megastructure that completely encompasses a star and captures a large percentage of its solar output. The concept, I'm just reading right here from Wikipedia because it's pretty accurate, is a thought experiment, that's right, to explain how a spacefaring civilization would meet its energy requirements once those requirements exceed what can be, etc., off their own planet and resources, right? So it's after the scientist who had the last name Dyson. And even though he didn't mean for this to become a big theory, and he kind of recanted it later on, there really wasn't anything to recant because it was just a really good thought experiment on his part. Freeman Dyson, in his 1960 paper, Search for Artificial Stellar Sources of Infrared Radiation. This is where he was speculative on this theory that, hey, somebody gets advanced enough, they'll probably build something around their star. Because, I mean, just goes with the theory, it's kind of an obvious thing you might do if you're that advanced. Why wouldn't you, right? So that's where it comes from. So the question then gets put forth, with all of our deep space telescopic studies and space telescopes, are we picking up any evidence of Dyson spheres around stars that we can visually see? Will James Webb pick that up? Did the Sloan Digital Sky Survey maybe accidentally pick up some evidence of a Dyson-like sphere or the same kind of concept? I'm going to say maybe. Okay, let's get to the images. First one comes from the Digital Sky Survey. Now, this is just way out. It is. Here's let me show you the tool, and you can probably see a little bit of what I'm getting at right now. We're looking at one star. Probably, I think it was about 60,000 light years away in our own solar system, of course. And don't worry, we're going to get it clear and get right up on it. But I want to show you this tool here. If you look here, bottom right-hand corner, this tool is great. If you want to go see this, where it is on your own, well, you're just going to want to look at the right ascension and the declination in a 360 sphere environment, is how they have it plotted. It's in the star system, or area, I should say, Cetus, constellation Cetus, and is where you're going to find. That's going to be your general area. And you see this little yellow line here? That's just pointing to where this star is, okay? So you'll know as you're kind of trying to navigate your way there if you're getting close. Now, this takes a real exacting detail to get exactly on it. That's why you want to really use and try to match up the right ascension and the declination coordinates. So that'll give you some guidance. Came across this. Now, I know it looks blurry to you now, but in a moment it's not going to. And one of the things I noticed was, oh, okay, that's a star. Obviously, we can see it's the light of the star. And gee, what's in front of it? And wow, that's weird. How come there's no light coming from the bottom of it in this area here? Kind of strange. Or from the side of it much. We just see the starlight, really the upper part of it, and the rest is blocked except for this little tiny bit coming through a crack, it almost looks like. Does it not? Now, if this was a bunch of gaseous clouds, you certainly would see it illuminated. Yeah, it might block a lot of sunlight, but you're going to see it illuminated. It would be obviously a gaseous cloud. But this looks solid. Now, just think about this for a second. This is definitely a star that we're looking at, and this is definitely something blocking this starlight to us, from our perspective, in front of it. Let's get a little clearer, and I think you'll start to see what I mean. So we did a little enhancement, just exposure, contrast, and look what we get here. It's very odd. So obviously we're looking at a sun. We're looking at the top part of the sun here, and there is clearly something solid here and then here in front of it, with this little crack between the two solid whatever they are, right, in front of it, just enough for the light to get through. And if you notice, though, and this is the really strange thing about this, why don't we see any sunlight below, or starlight emanating below, or at least some luminosity below this star from our perspective below? And we really don't see much on the sides either, do we? From the telescope where this was taken, from our perspective, started to realize, you know what? This looks, let's just theorize here, could this be evidence of a wildly advanced civilization like Freeman Dyson thought about in his thought experiment, that has built something, unimaginably huge around this star to capture the sunlight. Maybe not in a 360 sphere as he thought about it originally, but I wouldn't think the alien civilization would get it exactly like Dyson thought it might happen. But could this be evidence of something built in front of this specific star, or perhaps is it a cluster of stars? But I think it's a single sun, and it looks like something indeed is built in front of it. And why do I why am I hypothesizing this, really? Is because whatever is here on the right and whatever is here on the left, if you look up here, we're getting really close on it now, it's pretty solid because we're not getting any radiation through it, are we? It's completely black. Which really tends to say, could these be solid objects in front of this sun? Could this be evidence of some type of theoretical Dyson sphere built around a distant sun, and we're picking it up in our telescopic studies? Not sure what this object is here that goes up, that kind of shoots up from the middle, but we're looking at right here, and I think, it's not crazy to think this maybe could be some real evidence of such a technology, a civilization so advanced they're able to build it. And I just can't get over, where is the rest of the illumination? Because it certainly is not coming out the bottom. So really crazy. And this is, if you want to look at the where this is, go to Cetus and just kind of jot down the right ascension and the declination from this video. And I'll try to post it for you guys if I can, if you'd like to go see it yourself. It's pretty amazing. Another object we came across in the same study was this object right here. So let's look at what we're looking at. So we're just looking at, stars from the telescopic survey. And it appears something got caught in transit while the aperture was open and for long exposure. This circular object just appears out of nowhere. Take a look at this. What is this? We have found an amazing number of objects, and you'll see some later that look like craft that have been caught in transit. Now, if something was an object, right, or a craft, let's just say it was a craft, caught in these studies, well, they would have to be in our solar system because we're seeing reflected sunlight off of it back to us, and we don't have the resolution with our current ground-based telescopes or even our space-based telescopes just yet to pick up any type of objects around other star systems or other suns. But what is this? It's anomalous. It's definitely there. It's not an artifact. It's not dust or a fingernail on the scan. Nope. It's something caught in transit. And so we can get into what this might be. And I'll try to post the coordinates for you in the post if I can, so you can go see it yourself. But boy, we have some images that are much, much more shocking than this, but thought you might find this pretty interesting. Now, one of the other things, and this is going to take a little bit of explaining, but trust me, bear with me, it's totally worth it. Okay, I want you to look at this. This comes from the Digital Sky Survey. And what are you looking at? Not much, really, right? Not much. You're just looking at a star field, right? Within our own galaxy, tens of thousands of light years across, and even more light years away from us. Just stars, that's it, no big deal. So why would I show something like this? If you want to go see it, by the way, go to Worldwide Telescope, and it is in... Oh, by the way, is this... no, that's the other one I want to show you. Sorry about that. That was a little mistake. I didn't want you to see that one just yet. We're going to get to it. It's pretty cool, actually. But the one that I wanted you to look at, if I can bring it back up for us here. Yes. Okay. This particular one. Now, just looking at it, just general stars, no big deal. Not much to see here. But it was when we looked a little further I realized something, and it's something amazing. And is it a glitch in the matrix? Is it what is it? Well, in this particular star field, we detected the following. Now I want you to take a look at this. Yes, this is it right here. The first one I showed you. So you're saying, Terry, what is that? It doesn't look like much at all. Yeah, well, yeah, no. And discovered this completely by accident. And before I tell you what it is, in case you haven't figured it out already, if you go into a worldwide telescope, if you look where this yellow line is here, and just kind of get take the tool and kind of get the yellow line, and this area is where you will pick up this particular, the area where this star field is. Now, here's the completely bizarre and completely anomalous feature, should I say, about this. It's probably one of the most amazing and shocking things I've ever discovered, or ever has been shown to me, because I'm not sure what it means. But I'm going to guarantee you this. It means something. Is it a glitch in the matrix? And I'm not a big believer in glitches in the matrix, even if there is a matrix. But boy, it almost makes you feel like there is. Or is this evidence of a cover-up? What do you mean, Terry? You haven't shown us anything yet. I know, but I'm just telling you what my post-thinking was on this, so you can kind of relate to it. Is something being covered up by the people that did the digital sky survey, the image processors, the astronomers? Because I can't imagine how what I'm about to show you could have occurred accidentally, certainly can't occur naturally. Let's get to it, and this is where the conspiracy theory, in quotes, comes in. All right, I noticed this star field, and I saw something strange that looked so familiar. These yellow lines are just my little tool. I'm drawing around it in the both areas. This is one image. It's not two images put together, just one random area. No big deal. And I noticed something. In a second, you are too, if you haven't seen it already. The areas that I have outlined here are exactly the same. Okay, let me repeat that. The areas that I've outlined here are the exact same star systems. Think about that. Now, you say, oh, Terry, what do you mean? They're kind of similar or kind of like each other? No, they're the same stars. Do I think they're the same stars naturally? No, I don't. But this is really odd. Let's get into it. I want you to look at the top one. And I'm going to walk you through this, so look really close and follow me. And you're going to see I'm right. Let's take the top area. Now, I'm going to show you something. Now, I'm just going to focus on these 1, 2, 3, 4-ish stars, okay? Let's just look at these together. Forget the yellow line. Just look at this one that's kind of like elongated, kind of like could be a cluster or something, who knows. But just look at the odd, whatever it is, okay? And see this one? Okay, that's kind of one. We see the little thing attached to it off to the right. We see this little faint star here. We see the star here, and we see this star here. Just look at that. Note the angle between this star and this star, the offset. Look at this one here. Just look at the three together, just as a whole. Okay, just for a second. Let me give you 3 seconds to look at that. Okay, keep that in mind. And we're going to look at something else. We're going to go to the bottom area that I circled. And you're going to see the exact same stars below. Not kinda, the exact ones. Ready? See these right here? Okay, right there. Let's go down here. Do you see it? Yeah. One's a little more maybe stretched out than the other, but look, do you see this right here? Let's go back up. That's this. See this little fuzz to the right? Let's go down and look at that again. See that? Okay. Let's go look at this, and this. This little faint smudge, little faint star, this star, and this star. Let's go down here. Yeah, that's exactly the same. This one, this one, this one. So I'm looking at this right here just to get us started. See those? Just keep those in mind. go right here. They are exactly the same. Look right here. Look right here. It's not they're kind of the same or really super similar. Nope. Those are the same stars. Or the same images of the stars, I should say. Let's keep going on in each area. Let's look at this one. Actually, this is easier to look at. We're going to look at everything, but look at this. You see this little star configuration up here? Top right here in the area that I've outlined? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and we'll go off 7 and 8. These two stars that come in, you can go down to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just get it. Keep that in mind. And look right. See, we're looking right here. Look down here. Same exactly stars. These look a little brighter, but they are the same configuration and the same stars. 1, 2. That's 1, 2 there. 1, 2 there. This one here, offset a little bit. See that? Going up to this one. Going up to this one on the one bottom below. 1, 2, 3. Descending. You see that? 1, 2, 3. Descending. Oh, look at this little one that goes off here and goes off here. There it is, there it is, there it is. And I actually could have extended this yellow line out. There's more that are exactly the same. This is just what I did. This is exactly the same as this. Okay, we all remember this one. This is exactly the same as this. What I'm saying, this whole area here are the exact same stars below it. Let me say it again. This whole area here of stars, little star field that you see, are in the exact same places down here. I mean, just look at this up here. Look, this one, this bright one here. This one, this one, this one, this one. Just take any of them you want to see. And if you're not oohing and awing by now, then I'm clearly not doing a good job showing you, because look, see this up here? And I hope you can see my cursor. It's the same stars here. Same configurations. I mean, the same stars. See this one here? Yep. See that one there? Same one. Same one, same one, same one, same one, same one, same one. And you can make the comparison throughout the entire area. You see this one right here that's just kind of a little different grayish color? Same one there. And again, I'm not saying they're, hey, these really neat, they're kind of similar. No, I'm saying they're exact. These are the same star systems. And in fact, if you look to the left here, I should have extended it around these right here. I should have, but I didn't. See these right here? I hope you see my cursor or the circle going around to the edge. Same ones here. So you tell me, we're looking at thousands of light years across, right? And vertically, even more so, right? How in the world, out of nowhere, are these star systems cloned one on top of another? How is that? How is that possible for a telescopic survey whose whole point was on star mapping accuracy, especially because they were excited to put it all in a 3D environment? How is that possible? And if you notice, and I've looked, and I'm going to show you another example in a whole nother area. These aren't two different scans, and we're seeing the seam of the scan of one scan, some seam, or the seam, SEAM, the edge of it, and they accidentally took part of one scan and accidentally overlapped it on the one above. Not at all. These are not the same scan, and you can tell the same scans when you're looking at this particular image study. No, these are just out of nowhere, just random. Just one area looked at and went, wait a minute, why are they the exact same stars? And it's not like they ran out of data. It's not like they went, wow, we've mapped so much, we don't really know what's in this area. Just clone this star system below here and take it and put it over here. No one will notice. Well, maybe I think they may have done that. Where does the conspiracy part come in? Well, maybe so. I'm wondering, and there's other examples I have from this study, I'm wondering if in either one of these particular areas there's something they didn't want us to see. So they just took one area right here, clipped it out, cloned it, and just put it up in this area, thinking no one will notice. Who's going to look this deeply at star fields and try to compare to see if star systems are the same? I wasn't doing that. I was looking for other anomalies until I accidentally came across this. And I went, well, my gosh, how is that possible? And there are other areas that they are big voids, right? And I wonder there too, is there just something they blacked out and didn't want us to see? But this is weirder. This is really much more strange. Some would say, hey, look at the glitch in the Matrix, right? It repeating itself, not realize it's repeating itself. I don't know. I'm not a big believer in that kind of theory, but it kind of makes you wonder sometimes. Now you say, Terry, did you pick up any evidence of anything else, or is this just some kind of one-off? Well, I'm happy to tell you, yes, I did. A completely near the same area, but way, way away, tens of thousands of light years away, I came across it again. We're looking down here. If you go there yourself, see where this is right here, that yellow line? That's generally the same area as the other one, but when you actually see how far away it is, you'll see it's not really that close to the same area. Came across it again. Isn't this strange? Now look at this, just random nothingness. It was just by accident, and then I started looking for it and started coming across it. So let's look at this together. This is amazing. So I outlined them in white, right? Okay, let's look at this one. See this one, the star here, and this that's the crosshair in the tool, so forget that. This star, these two stars together, and this one is the same thing we got down here. It's only a tiny bit brighter, right? See this one, 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 this one. And with a little top guy up here, just like it is here. Oh, look, there's a little tiny faint star below this one right here. Gee, so is down here. Actually, we can say they're 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. These are the exact same star configurations. And I imagine they're the exact same photos or images of these star systems, I would think. But they're not just similar, they're exact. Let's look at this one, the other example. To the right of it, I have it circled in white. Okay, starting at the top. The star here, look at this star, look at this one, 4 stars. Look at this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. They're offset exactly. You know, look at this again, going the other way. 2 stars, we would say, close together. And this one and this one. Same one here, guys. I mean, look at this. Let me get you even closer. This one, this one, this one, and this one. This one, this one, this one, and this one. These are the same star configurations. Look at this. One more time. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Going up here. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And if you just wanted to add this guy up top, yep, you can add this guy up top. How is that possible? And by the way, I could have extended the white line out and the duplication would have continued on for just a few more stars. How? And of course, we see this one right here. Yeah, that's same one over here. So how is this possible? It is mind-boggling, is it not? How is this possible at all? Oh, and look at this. Then I did some extreme kind of exposure contrast, and look what I found. Now, what we are looking at here was this, okay? This. I did some extreme exposure, contrast, etc. Really tweaked it out, and look what we get. Now, same picture you just saw, but notice this. There is a cut made here. Look, see the darker one? I think this is an edit. This is an edit of some sort, or maybe there's your glitch. But this is an edit where this bottom star system was edited up here. Now here's the thing. If this was just a seam line on the scan, right? And you took the bottom scan, and then you just started at the bottom scan up above, and then it continues up. Well, you would see the same. You would see way, way more similarities, but we don't. It's just these star systems from where it was. Now, was this purposely edited like this? I think so, right? where this was cloned up here? And if so, why? Why? And here's why I say why with such frustration is because the whole point of the Digital Sky Survey was to give an accurate star map, as it were, right? So there would never be any reason to say, well, we're just tired, or we ran out of data, or something happens. Guys, just clone this over here. There'd be no reason to do that. You would just leave the top part blank, wouldn't you? Or just kind of fade it out, or you would put a big box saying missing information. Think about what I just said. If it was something went wrong in the scans and how they were imaging it, you would just put a big box and everyone would know it was just like mixing pixel information, as it were. Why would you go to the trouble to covertly clone star systems right next to each other? Why? And why do we see examples here? And why do we see examples here? How is this possible? It's got to be only one of a few things. The classic glitch in the matrix, not so sure about that, but who knows? Or there's something there in the long exposures that they didn't want us to see, thinking no one would notice that they were duplicating star systems. Or it's just complete laziness, where they were trying to get this whole project done, multi-year project, and somebody just started cloning star systems thinking nobody would notice. But why would you do that? Why would you take exact ones and put them next to each other? There's something going on here that's very strange, and somebody knows. The image processors know. The people that put together the Digital Sky Survey, they know why this is. Or did they see this too, and they don't know why this is the way it is? Maybe there's not an explanation as far as anybody knows. So that's one of the amazing ones. I want to end here by showing you just a few other things that were caught in the Digital Sky Survey. I've done a post on this before, and it just blows my mind. So this is an object that was caught in transit in one of these long exposure imaging studies with the Digital Sky Survey. What is this? This appears to be some type of object, and I want to get it clearer for you. And here's what it looks like: a little more light, a little more exposure. This is an object that is just randomly there in space, just caught. That's it. And it's obviously an object if you look at it. You'll notice on the bottom, it looks like a hockey stick, right? And at the bottom here of this hockey stick, you will notice there are some equidistant squares. You can see it looks artificial. Looks like a hockey stick. Estimate this to be many, many, many miles in length. It's a solid object. It's not just an artifact or dirt or some kind of debris. It's not. It's an object, and it's, really honestly clear as day. Floating through space or traveling through space, caught in transit. Has to be in our solar system, I believe, or we could not be viewing it now. So, is this some type of, dare I say, mothership from where all the other orbs and saucers and things come from? Think about that. But it was caught in this survey, and it is a solid object. And I got to be honest, it looks very alien. I mean, if we're believing that possibly extraterrestrial craft are transiting through our solar system, we have to believe that they're going to look like something we'd never recognize. And could this be this hockey stick with this tail that goes up like this, almost looks like a tail at the top, comes down, and this part looks, well, frankly, it looks constructed, does it not? It's not a meteor, it's not a rock that anybody else has ever seen. What is this? And look for the study, the much, much deeper study that we did here on our site. I want to show you a few other objects. So this is the one I just showed you on the left here. This is a collage. This is another star that almost appears to have a possible ring around it. Do you see this? This is the star, and it looks like it has some type of ring around it. You can actually see shadowing on the left side and on the right side of what would be the barrier or the edge of that ring. See this? Could this be evidence of a Dyson sphere under construction? Who knows? Look at this object. This was caught just like this one was in a completely different area of space. Must be in our solar system because of the reflected sunlight. What is this? Pretty strange, wouldn't you say? The bottom part almost looks metallic, like a metallic ring. And this organic-y kind of look we have here, it's inexplicable. What is this? And this one is a totally separate object. It's one of my favorite ones that we've discovered. This spindly little object here, just caught in our solar system in deep space. Reflected sunlight, so it must be definitely here. But I believe this is a craft of some sort. And I wish you could see it in a much clearer way. I did another study on this. I'm going to do another one with way clearer pictures. But if you look at this, it has structure to it. And when you're able to look at it very deeply, you would see how clear that is. Could these be space-borne life forms? Some have theorized. You know, Story Musgrave, one of our most celebrated astronauts, hopefully you know him. He was also a shuttle pilot, right? Main part of his career. There is a picture that he took in orbit right below him where he told NASA live that he saw something that looked like, as laughable as it sounds, a space snake. Some type of creature. And he took a photograph on it, and you can see it online. Just type in Story, S-T-O-R-Y, that's his first name, last name Musgrave. Just put Space Snake Story Musgrave, and you will see the picture that he took. And my gosh, does it not look like a snake in space? He said it radiated light from within it, like pulsating light. Could it be technology? Yep, could be. Could it be a spaceborne life form? Very possibly so, because I have found, I cannot tell you how many other images that look like a space snake or a space worm. And I was so heartened when I heard that he took a picture of it. I thought, now I'm not crazy, because what I'm seeing looks so much like that. But there are strange, spindly, worm-like objects that have been caught up in the Apollo missions Gemini and photographed, and it's so bizarre. It ain't nothing, I'll tell you that. So wanted to give you a little depth into what could be, maybe, possibly evidence of a Dyson sphere, what could be evidence of some type of craft in our solar system caught transiting. Definitely an object, definitely something. And the most bizarre is the absolute cloning of star systems in a telescopic sky survey for no apparent reason. No one's ever reported on this before other than us. So you're probably definitely the first to ever hear about it. But the reason I took you through the detail, because I want you to go, oh, right. And you won't find one star in these areas that doesn't have a matching star below it. It's bizarre. It's incredible. What's the reason? I'd love to hear what you think. And we also took a look at a complete other example, unrelated to the other example. Why would this be done? There are anomalies in space. I think there are, I just got to say it, alien craft that are being caught in our solar system in transit. We may live on the edge of some space highway and we don't even know it. But we're starting to get clues of it, because there seems to be an awful lot of anomalous traffic crisscrossing our solar system that's being picked up in these deep space surveys and ground-based telescopic studies. I mean, there just are. And I think a lot of other astronomers know it, but, they're astronomers. They can't really comment. I think they leave it up to a citizen-led effort. Hey, listen, I hope you've enjoyed the show today. Tell your friends. Follow our page because you'll get updated on all the cool stuff we have coming out. And we've got a lot. 18 years of research, a lot. And we hope that you value it. We hope that you think we're taking our time and being straightforward with you about it. Telling you what I think, telling you what reason tells me, and taking some logical leaps of faith would tell us. And we're trying to keep it really real here. Even though I jumped into a bit of conspiracy theorizing tonight, but it makes sense. There are strange things going on. I would love to get to the bottom of it. There are objects unknown that are here with us, and it's starting to truly look to everybody that there's an extraterrestrial presence here in our solar system. And like a lot of people think may have been here for a long time, the evidence is, we're getting to the point where we're going to have to say that the evidence is irrefutable, or at least there's a part of reality that we are not aware of going on, but we're starting to see it. So listen, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Are awesome, wonderful followers. Keep following. We're an itty bitty little channel, but we're growing, and one day we're going to be a lot bigger than we are now, but nothing's going to change. We're still going to try to do really good work that maybe you enjoy, and do a little deeper research, or at least discussion about it, than maybe other channels. So we hope you enjoyed it. I'm Terry McMahon. This is Objects Unknown.